I have saved the best till last. It is Transformers Adventure Gamebook's Highway Clash. Do you know why it's the best till last? At least in theory. Because we have Optimus, wait for it, Prime versus, wait for it, Megatron. For those only familiar with the Bayformer versions, this is what the toy versions of Optimus Prime and Megatron looked like in their original incarnations. Prime, as always, transforms into a truck. You can tell his colour scheme, which carries over into his film incarnation. And you can see his face mask there as well. Now that is a pretty accurate representation of his original toy, the G1 Optimus Prime toy, which I was a proud owner of, although it went missing. Yes, my credentials as a fanboy are ruined when your toys go missing. It actually went missing as when I was still a child as well. I've still got the trailer, okay, and I've still got the roller as well, the roller little robot droid thing that Prime would deploy occasionally as a spy thing, which basically means I'm sort of in a reverse position of what Prime would be up to in the comics. Every time he transformed into his truck mode, his trailer would appear from nowhere, hook onto him, and they would drive off together. And when he transformed back into his robot mode, his trailer would miraculously disappear. So I'm in exactly the same opposite situation, really, aren't I? I had the trailer, but Prime has disappeared. Megatron, on the other hand, in case you're wondering, he transformed into a handgun, a Walther PPK, if I remember correctly. And what you see there is his fusion cannon on the toy and in his comic and cartoon modes as well. That would change into a gun sight. So you would have the gun barrel, and it would go on top there as a sight, and it wouldn't actually be used as a weapon in that mode, even though it's a nuclear-powered fusion cannon at this point. If he shoots that at his opponents, in theory, they're dead straight away, but more often than not, they would survive because he wouldn't be using it at full power, I assume. Because he's, as insane as he is, he's not that insane, despite the multiple explosions of different colours. But yeah, it's a bit of a weird one here, because you can see how his arm is held out perfectly straight, just like the toy would have been, and yet here, the arm is in two sections. Now, future incarnations of Megatron as a toy wouldn't go into a gun mode. It would be something else altogether, such as tank, jets, and so on. So here we have Highway Clash. Let's see, same blurb as ever. Megatron, the evil Decepticon leader, is plotting to siege a huge haul of microchips with which to build a mighty army. Oh yeah, it's Plan of the Week. But his arch foe, Chief Optimus Prime, is out to stop him. On this terrible battle depends the future of the world. If you collect Transformers, this book is for you. And the usual prices as we've seen on all the other books. Okay, so let's see. There's the UK comic advert again. We've got all the usual stuff here. The other three books are all mentioned here. Written by Dave Morris, illustrated by John Higgins again. So we've got all the usual stuff here. This edition was published in 1986, so what I'm assuming is the way that it was basically created. They must have started writing them in 1985, released some in 85, and then released this one in 86, and then reprinted the others in 86 as well, and possibly had other reprints later until they no longer felt like they could make money from them. Ah, that's nice. What we see there is Optimus Prime complete with his trailer and an escort, which looks like one police car and at least 4 motorbikes. A rather simplified drawing, but enough to get across that there's a convoy going on out in the wilderness from the looks of it. Let's see, where are we? The Yorkshire Dales? Ah, so it's in England again. Up north, just a little south of where I am. The Yorkshire Dales can be a bleak place in winter. Well, that's certainly true. But in summer they are great for a camping holiday. Again, that's very much true. This warm, sunny morning, you are sitting with your back to a very ancient granite block, known locally as the Druid Stone. You came out with a drawing pad intending to sketch the nearby reservoir, but you feel too lazy for that. Take a photo then, it'll take longer. You sit back and enjoy the sunshine. Hearing a rumble in the distance, you turn your head, hoping that it is not thunder. Luckily, there's hardly a cloud in the sky. Those look like clouds to me. The noise you heard is a huge lorry that is slowly trundling along the road a few kilometres away. This was the 80s and you're using the term kilometres in England? It must be carrying a delicate cargo if it has to move that slowly. It must be valuable as well because it's escorted by a police car and several motorcycles. You're about to return to your daydream when the sun glints off something shiny in the grass nearby. Do you want to investigate this? Turn to page 2. If you ignore it and go on lazing in the sun, turn to page 19. Now there's two things I'm thinking of here. That police car could easily be Prowl, the Autobot who transformed into a police car and was one of the higher up Autobots. In a lot of the continuities he was second in command to Prime. In some continuities he was joint second in command next to Jazz. Just depending on what the storyline was at the time, I suppose. Now this glint, I'm assuming it's probably something Decepticon related, I would assume. Most likely Megatron. Let's just take a look. Let's go to page 2. You get to your feet and saunter over. You didn't really expect to find anything interesting, so you're quite amazed to discover a large metal doorway set in the ground. Somebody seems to have tried to cover it with branches and heather. It will not be spotted from the air, and whoever hit it obviously didn't think that somebody could find it just by luck. It's always the same. Luck. Good luck for you, bad luck for them. Or possibly even bad luck for you as well, depending on what might end up happening to you. Set into a panel by the edge of the door is a red button. You have a feeling that if you press it, the door might open. But do you want to risk it? If you press the button, turn to page 3. If you go back and sit by the druids, don't turn to page 19. Now, what are the chances that it's actually going to be the nuclear launch button that Donald Trump has always dreamed of? You're very disappointed because nothing happens straight away. You're about to give up when you hear a strange humming from under your feet. The steel door slides back to reveal a metal ramp that leads down into the earth. You nervously walk down it, keeping an eye on the door behind you. You want to be ready to run back out of it as the screen starts to close. The ramp leads into a weird underground hideaway. It looks like something out of Star Wars. A maze of metal corridors and winking lights. Then you think you can make out voices. They sound electronic, not human. If you want to go left towards the voices, turn to page 4. If you want to go right, turn to page 6. Let's go to page 4. Oh, shite, it's Megatron himself and, is it Rumble or Frenzy? Can't really tell at this point. And the text isn't putting anything in capitals like it has in the other book, so it could be either. You walk quickly along the corridor and enter a large control room. Flashing computer panels and bleeping instruments cover the walls. You look around for a moment, then you back away into the corridor. You are startled by a movement. There are two figures you had not noticed at first. They are large, oddly shaped and mechanical. You mistake them for pieces of machinery. Now that they are moving, you recognise that they are robot warriors. How do you know they're warriors? Oh, it'll be the great big massive fucking guns. One of them is a real giant. That'll be Frenzy or Rumble. No, it'll be Megatron. He towers up to the ceiling, armoured in silver and blue-grey with a powerful cannon along his right arm. Even a smaller robot is bigger than you are. Well, yeah, he's about 10 foot tall. His armour is black and red, which doesn't really help in any regards, because in the two different continuities I'm mostly used to, the comics and the cartoons, Rumble and Frenzy kept changing their colours. One was purple in one continuity and the other was red and blue in one continuity, but ugh. Let's see, do you want to make a run for it? Do you want to try talking to them? Let me think. Run! And they are after you. You run back to the surface and away from the steel door. You press the button as you dash past, but it does not close. The robot's heavy footsteps echo up from the open tunnel. You can hear the giant robot snarling orders in its harsh voice. A high-pitched whine starts up, which sounds unpleasantly like a dentist's drill. You look around in desperation. Will you hide behind the druid stone? Turn to page 10. Yep. I will hide behind... Oh, there's whatever his name is. The small robot comes out from the underground hideout just as you take cover. I'm wondering who the hell he's supposed to be. The grating whine you can hear is coming from his sonic rifle. Oh, could be Frenzy then. He looks around but does not see you. The Earthling has escaped me, great Megatron, he calls down the doorway. Shall I use my senses to locate it? No, let it go, replies a deep voice, and get back down here before the Autobots see you. You wait until you hear the steel door clang shut before emerging behind the druid stone. What can Megatron have meant by his last remark? No one is nearby except for the police and Lloyd driver more than a mile away. Turn to page 13. Let's see. A roar splits the sky like a sonic boom. A huge flying cannon thunders overhead towards the road, unleashing dazzling antimatter blasts as it goes. How are you supposed to know it's antimatter? The police are thrown in confusion. There's nothing they can do against this attack, but then you see the police car beginning to change shape. It's Prowl. The driver leaps out as his vehicle becomes a tall robot which gleams white and black in the midday sun. Actually, hang on a second. Prowl transformed into an American police car. And the American police cars are always vastly different from what the British police use, certainly back in the 80s. Well, we'll overlook that one for now. The lorry driver is also getting out of his cab with an astonished look on his face as his own vehicle transforms into a giant blue and red robot carrying a laser rifle. Clear the area, the giant robot is calling to the startled police. I, Optimus Prime, and my assistant Prowl will declare our names to you for no apparent reason. We can survive our enemies' attacks, but you frail humans cannot. Ugh! He is thrown back by a direct hit from the cannon. Suddenly the giant robot you saw earlier appears. The barrel of the giant cannon moves to his command. For a second I was thinking the giant flying cannon's shockwave. Well, it sounds, a giant flying cannon does sound like Shockwave's alt mode after all. His smaller accomplice is also closer to attack. It's also closing to attack. I thought I didn't read that right. Megatron, as I expected, shouts Optimus Prime, and you have Rumble with yours, so that's who it is. Right, now that I know who the little robot is, the little arsehole, yeah, now I can move on. Just, a little bit of OCD, I just wanted to confirm who the hell that was. So we know it's Rumble, that basically means he might have a sonic blaster, but he also has the ability to generate earthquakes himself. In the cartoon, he could turn his arms into massive pylons that he would punch into the ground with to cause it. In the comics, he just tended to be able to generate sound waves from his hands, or just in some cases. But the artwork seems to have in general gone down a bit. That doesn't actually look so bad there. That one there, that's Prime and Prowl. Although the autofocus doesn't want to know. There we go. That's a bit better. That looks quite good. Maybe it's just the fact that it's been shrunk down to a certain size has sort of compressed everything a bit more, but it also looks like there's a bit more detail in general than that. I don't know. Here we have Rumble walking away from you. He's only got one of his guns, I've just realised that. Rumble and friends, they always had identical guns that they were always strapped to their backs unless they were actually using them, and he only seems to have one. And there's Prime shooting his gun as usual, as accurately as he can, because he's supposed to have pinpoint accuracy. There's Rumble, not dual wielding, although that said, it looks like he's got his gun. He's got one gun there and another gun on his back. So, is he losing it and finding it again? I'm not entirely sure there. Oh, there's Megatron flying in his handgun mode. What does that say? Computer microchips handle with extreme care. How vulnerable were these microchips back then that they had to handle them with that much care and drive around very slowly with them? Uh-oh. The clearly labelled antimatter box suggests that there could be some trouble here. In fact, I feel a MacGyver type situation coming on. And here's Megatron and Rumble catching up with their soap operas. Prime deflecting a metal beam, probably a steel eye beam of some sort, while he shoots again. See, he can shoot first, do the Vulcan salute, and knock steel girders out of the way. He's a good man, him. Well, good robot. Damn good robot. Ah, look, it must be Cybertronian writing. Waste reclamation area this away. Finally, I have found the human equivalent of toilets. Ah, yes, it's never quite a satisfying Transformers adventure unless Optimus Prime is braying the living daylights out of Megatron and knocking him into something really heavy and electronic and making things go bang. I think that's basically it after that. And the usual, everything we've come to expect from these books after that point. The TR Bear thing, which I still haven't bothered to look up. If I do bother to look up after editing this video, I'll put something on right about now.